Yo, what's up guys, it's King Sean here, back with another video, and in today's video, I'll be talking about Day 3 standouts from the NFL Combine that the Washington Commanders could look to target in the NFL Draft. So, if you guys are new to my channel, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm on the road to 3K subs, so you could hit that sub button, I'd really appreciate it. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. We're going to go ahead and start with Adonai Mitchell, aka AD Mitchell, one of, if not my favorite wide receiver prospect in this entire draft. Man, the wide receiver class is so stacked this year. I don't think we've ever seen a wide receiver class. We haven't seen a wide receiver class like this in a very long time. It is absolutely stacked. There is talent in every single area of the draft and every single round of the draft. But Adonai Mitchell, Adonai Mitchell, Adonai, however you pronounce his first name, he had a very good day today. He ran a 4.35, 4.34 officially, 40-yard dash, which is a 9.79 grade on the relative athletic score. Shout out to Kentley Plate. Hopefully I pronounced his last name right. Well, his name right. But Kentley, he puts out all these RAS graphics, so shout out to him. He's the one who comes up with the RAS scores. And his RAS score, Adonai Mitchell's RAS score, 9.97, which is absolutely tremendous. His size, he's 6'2", 205 pounds, which is good. His explosion grade is elite, a 39.5 vert and 11 for broad jump, which is absolutely amazing. So, and like I said, his speed, his 40-yard dash, 4.34, 20-yard split, 2.55, and 10-yard split, 1.54. Absolutely incredible day from Adonai Mitchell. Now, he did kind of struggle in the gauntlet earlier today. Well, the gauntlet, one of the on-field drills during the NFL Combine for wide receivers. DBs also participated in it too, but it's mainly for wide receivers. He did kind of struggle on it in his first attempt, but on his second attempt, he did much better. So you would like to see him do better on this first attempt, but overall, had a very good day. Had a very solid day. On the field workouts, obviously drills, and he measured well. He had good explosion grade. He was great in the vert, broad jump, and had an excellent 40-yard dash. So overall, Adonai Mitchell, he was really good today. We have a big need at wide receiver, specifically wide receiver 3. You could say wide receiver 2 maybe, because I feel like if we were to bring Adonai Mitchell here, he could make a fight to be our wide receiver 2 across from Terry McLaurin, because he has the size to do so. He's 6'2", 205 pounds, and he's got the speed. So I feel like he could be a very solid wide receiver 2 opposite of Terry McLaurin, and is a guy that we should attack in the second round, 36 or 40. We have 2 second-round picks, 36 and 40. We can attack him with one of our 2 second-round picks if he's still there on the board, at least, because I feel like after this, he'll probably go in the first round, but if he's on the board in the second round at our pace, we should definitely consider drafting him. Next up, we got the star of Day 3 of the Combine, Xavier Worthy. He broke the 40-yard dash record that was previously held by John Ross, a 4.22 40-yard dash. Xavier Worthy broke that today, running a 4.21 40-yard dash. I mean, it was insane. I showed the clip on screen, but it was insane, bro. I mean, his first time he ran the 40, he ran a 4.25, which is unbelievable. I didn't think he was going to run it again, but he decided, I want that record, and he got it. The unofficial time on his second run was a 4.22, but then the official times came out like 15 to 30 minutes later, and then it said 4.21, and that's when he knew he broke the record, which was an amazing feeling for him. So shout out to Xavier Worthy, because we all knew he was fast, okay? Fans, experts, analysts, whatever, we knew Xavier Worthy was fast. But man, 4.21 speed fast, that's unbelievable. He did say, I knew he was going to run in the 4.2s. I just didn't think he was going to break the record. Like, the fact that he broke the record was unbelievable. So based off that just alone, like before today, he was projected to go probably late first round, early second round, or late first round, and then somewhere in the second round in general. But now I feel like at this point, he's going mid to late first round to early second round, in my opinion. I feel like the latest he will go is early second round, and that works for us because we do have an early second round pick. We have pick 36. Now, I'm not sure if that will be early enough for us to pick him, because he might not be there. He may go to the Chiefs. If y'all didn't see the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs If y'all didn't see the Patrick Mahomes tweet, sorry, he was, hey man, he was surprised like all of us that he ran a 4.25 and a 4.22. Hey man, the Chiefs just might draft him at 32 and Patrick Mahomes to Xavier Worthy, that would be unbelievable because he ran a 4.21. That shows up on tape. That shows up on the game film. He has 4.2 speed, like for sure. That's a for sure thing. And every single Texas, if you watch Texas games alone this past season or past seasons in general, you would see that Xavier Worthy's 4.21 40-yard dash, no joke, no joke at all. Now his size, he is 5'11", 165. He's literally the Emmanuel Forbes he's just a wide receiver, 165. He actually weighs less than Emmanuel Forbes. I mean, last year Emmanuel Forbes weighed in at 166 pounds. Worthy weighs at 165, which I feel like he'll be fine in the NFL, to be honest. I feel like it's harder for Forbes because he's a DB and he has to go against bigger guys like A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf, CeeDee Lamb, just the bigger guys in general. And with Xavier Worthy, he's got that speed. He has that quickness. So I don't think the weight should affect him that much. He could add on a few more pounds once he gets into the NFL, but I don't think the weight will affect him that much. He had a great vert and broad jump, a 41 vertical and a 10-11 broad. That helped his stock a lot. And obviously the 40-yard dash time, he also had a 20-yard split of 2.48 and a 10-yard split of 1.5, which is super, super impressive. So not really much else to say about Xavier Worthy. He's amazing. He's elusive. He's quick. He has the speed. He has great athleticism. He's just a really good guy. His only problem really is his frame, his leanness, but I don't think that should be a major issue for him once he gets into the NFL. He can add on a few pounds, if anything, but I like Xavier Worthy a lot. Now, I do have guys like Adonai Mitchell ahead of him. Obviously, the top three guys, Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze. But if Xavier Worthy were to go in the first round, I would not be shocked at all. So that is Xavier Worthy. He's a guy that I feel like would actually fit Cliff Kingsbury's scheme because Cliff Kingsbury, he does like fast, quick guys. He likes guys like with speed. He worked with Rondale Moore and Marquise Brown in Arizona back in 2021 and 2022. So he would like a guy like Xavier Worthy. And I feel like he is a guy that the Commanders might have some interest in him during the pre-draft process. Xavier Legette is another one of my favorite wide receiver prospects in this draft. I've loved him since I first watched some highlights on him, like day one. I think it was honestly mid-season of the 2023 season, this past season. I want to say around like week 10, week 11, when it was looking bad, and we all thought that Sam Howell was going to be our franchise quarterback. I was like, you know what? I want to do a couple of mock drafts, and I watched some highlights, some film on Xavier Legette. He looked really, really solid. Now, he was listed at 6'3" at South Carolina, sorry. He listed at 6'1". He got his measurements at the Senior Bowl. He was listed at 6'1" at the Senior Bowl, listed at 6'1" at the Combine, which still isn't a bad height. He has that yards after catch ability and has the ability to go up and get the ball. He's 6'1", 221 pounds. His vertical was 40 and his broad was 10.06, which is pretty good. His 40-yard dash time was a 4.39, which is absolutely elite. I was honestly surprised he ran a 4.3. I thought he was going to run someone in the 4.4s. His unofficial was a 4.41, but his official was a 4.39, which is super, super impressive. A sub 4.4, really good for Legette. His 20-yard split, 2.57, and his 10-yard split was a 1.54. So, man, Xavier Legette, he was very solid. Like Adonai Mitchell, he was kind of in the gauntlet drill. If y'all know the gauntlet drill, it's one of the on-field drills during the combine for wide receivers and DBs. He kind of messed up on it the first time around, but on the second time around, he got things right and looked good there. So overall, Xavier Legette had a really good day. He's a guy that, man, the Commanders really should target in round 2. He's most likely going to be there at either pick 36 or 40, and we need to leave this draft with the wide receiver, okay? We cannot pass up on a wide receiver in this draft class. Like we passed up on a tight end last year in that stacked tight end class. It can't happen this year with wide receivers. It just cannot. And it's probably not going to happen this year because I trust in Adam Peters. I believe in Adam Peters. He's nowhere near to the general manager Ron Rivera was with him having the final say. No, Adam Peters, he's going to draft the right players. I'm really excited for the draft. I'm really am. I think we're gonna have an outstanding draft. I wouldn't be surprised if we had one of the best draft classes throughout the entire NFL because I'm really excited to see what Adam Peters does. But going back on track with Xavier Legette, overall very solid wide receiver. He would fit perfectly under Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Speedy wide receiver who has the ability to go up and get the ball, and overall really good wide receiver. He had great production at South Carolina as well. So he would be a great target for the Commanders in the draft. Ricky Parcell is the guy I wanted to save for last. Well, actually, I have one more guy after him, but is one of the guys I wanted to save towards the end of the video. Ricky Parcell, he's been doing a fantastic job throughout the entire pre-draft process so far. I mean, at the Senior Bowl, first of all, he's a route technician, okay? He is an outstanding route runner. He was the best route runner at the Senior Bowl. That's why his draft stock rise so much after the Senior Bowl was played, obviously, after the Senior Bowl went down. He was projected to now be like a round 3 pick, maybe a round 2 pick, but probably a round 3 pick. After today's combine, he could honestly go round 2. He's most likely going to go day 2, but I would not be surprised if he went round 2. If he went round 3, and if he's there at 67, I would not mind the Commanders taking him at all. Because he's a solid wide receiver. I mean, he was really good at Florida, had solid production there, but man, he stood out to me throughout this entire draft process so far. First off, he's 6'1", 189 pounds, solid size right there. He had a 42 vertical and a broad jump of 10.09, which is pretty good. A 40-yard dash time of 4.41, really good speed right there. 20-yard split of a 2.56 and a 10-yard split of a 1.57. He had a shuttle of 4.85, which is elite, and a 3-cone of 6.64. I'm pretty sure he had the best 3-cone out of any wide receiver today, which is really, really good. I mean, anywhere you see 40-yard dash time, vertical, broad jump, shuttle, 3-cone, whatever, Ricky Parcell is like near the top of the list or at the top of the list. If not at the top of the list, he's near the top of the list. I mean, it's unbelievable how good this guy has been throughout this entire draft process so far. He's a guy that I would not mind the Commanders looking at. I hope we look at him. I hope we look at him a ton this offseason before the draft begins because, man, I am a huge fan of Ricky Parcell. So are other experts and analysts, but, man, he's really good. Ricky Parcell, he would honestly be a great pick for us. He'd be a solid wide receiver 3, maybe wide receiver 2. He can play on the inside or outside. I'm not sure if y'all saw that one highlight from a while ago, but that one-handed catch, I want to say it was against Utah or some other team, but it was at home. It was a home Florida game. He had that one-handed catch. Absolutely beautiful. And that vertical shows that he can go up and get the ball whenever, if he can, if it's necessary. So Ricky Parcell, I'm a huge fan of him as a wide receiver. One other guy I wanted to talk about shortly before I get up out of here, Jalen Wright, running back prospect. He had a 9.82 RAS score. He ran a 4.38 40-yard dash, which is pretty freaking solid. He is 5'10", 210 pounds. Vertical of 38, broad jump of 11.02. So he would be a pretty good scat back for us. Third down back, receiving back, whatever. We need a receiving back. Brian Robinson, I love him as a power back. I love him as just a physical back overall. But we need a guy that has explosiveness and quickness and a big playmaking ability. And I feel like Jalen Wright could offer that. He's projected after today. He's probably going to go in the round 2, but he's going to definitely go on day 2 for sure. So I would not mind him going to us. I would not mind us picking him. Maybe I pick 101 or maybe pick 67 if he's still there, of course. So Jalen Wright, he is a pretty solid prospect as well, who stood out today at the Combine. And that is really pretty much it. A lot of other guys stood out to me, but these are the main guys that I feel like who stood out and the Commanders should definitely target during the pre-draft process. So that's the end of today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. Give me your thoughts on and opinions on any guys I talked about in today's video. On the road to 3K subs, if you could, hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate it. And other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.